Hey all, welcome to Share Trek. Thanks for stopping by. Today I want to talk to you about Illumina. Friends, you know that I have always thought Illumina was a great company, and my only concern was with the Grail acquisition related antitrust action. Well, we have some updates. The chickens have come home to roost. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Since the 6th of January, Illumina shares have made wild swings, and many shareholders may have suffered whiplash. Today, we're going to talk about that. On the 9th of January, Illumina was raising but was pushed down by resistance at 208.37, but no one knew what was to happen after hours. The company announced that after hours, the company announced that it would earn $1.25 to $1.5 per share on a revenue of around $4.9 to $5 billion this year. This was well below the analyst expectations of an EPS of $2.99 per share and revenue of $5.05 billion. Sure enough, the next morning share prices fell all the way down by 12%, only to recover to close the day 6% down. One of the reasons why Illumina sees this downward revision is because Illumina sees a broader downturn in the biotechnology sector and waning pandemic concerns, leading to less sales of its equipment and supplies. In order to steady the ship, they plan to let go of around 500 employees globally, which accounts to around 5% of their global workforce. This is a step in the right direction. So the next day, the share price recovered another 5.85%. But we now have news, again after hours, that EU is going to go tough on Illumina for acquiring Grail before getting EU approval. I was referring to exclusive news release from Reuters. That's the reason why I was prompted to bring out this late night video to you. Illumina has been talking tough, and I have always said that this is a great company, but distraction with Grail will be its undoing. It is somewhat similar to Twitter and Tesla. This preoccupation with Grail is going to cause problems for Illumina. As per Reuters' exclusive report, the EU is likely to impose a 10% fine on Illumina on its global turnover, which is the maximum penalty, for closing its takeover of Grail without waiting for EU antitrust approval. Illumina had last year set aside $453 million for a potential EU fine, and at that time they had said they would appeal any fine. They issued a statement now which says, "We disagree that the Commission has jurisdiction to review the Grail transaction, as well as with the premise of the Commission imposing a fine. We have appealed the EU's jurisdiction and will appeal any decision imposing a fine. Illumina's merger with Grail is pro-competitive and is in the best interest of patients in Europe and worldwide." So this is what Illumina is saying. Very, very strong fighting words. Now, with the bad market conditions, if I put on my investor hat and look at this, I think Illumina is caught up in a no-win situation. It's a Hobson's choice because EU fine is going to be hefty, that 10% of the global turnover, and may most probably attract interest while it's being litigated. So it becomes very, very dangerous if the litigation drags on for 2 years. Interest on that 10% fine is going to be significant, and we don't know what penal interest rate might be applied. On the other hand, any efforts to sell Grail in this market may entail loss because everyone knows that Illumina has to dispose of Grail. And also economic conditions are bad. I think the best approach will be for Illumina to sell Grail and pocket the loss and just move forward and build a Grail-like organization within Illumina. Grail was originally created by Illumina and then hived off as a separate company. So this is a very, very sad saga for a very great company. I hope they get out of this quickly and focus on their core competence. I am afraid that tomorrow we will see another dip in Illumina share prices as this news percolates across the internet and reaches the shareholders. That is why I am releasing this emergency video tonight. Well, here we are in the TradingView platform looking at the chart for Illumina. This is a long-term chart with every candle being one-day candle. And if you can see here, the peak for Illumina in the recent past has been somewhere close to around 427.89 as of 12th of January 2022, which is somewhere out here. And since then, it has been falling steadily. and it was consolidating a lot. But if you see, this is the last 4 days. If you can look at this, can you imagine the whiplash for an investor of Illumina? Like the price was going up one day, then started up and then fell down and then went back up and then went up, pushed down by the resistance, fell down and then jumped back up again. This was a 12% drop and then it goes up again. Then the next day, they announce that they're going to reduce the workforce and all that, and the share price goes up again. And now, tomorrow morning, I suspect that there'll be a drop in the price for Illumina. Now, here is the news article on TradingView platform. So this news is spreading very quickly. January 11, 2:15. So today is January 11. I don't know what timing this is here, but I think the news has come after hours. So let us see what happens tomorrow. Yeah, so that's what I can see here in the chart. And they're going to have their earnings coming up on 7th of February, 2023. So that's the earnings date. And of course, these estimates will have to change because Illumina themselves have said that they are not going to be earning as much as they did before. So that's what we got here. Thanks to subscriber Max for drawing my attention to Illumina. And when I was looking at what he mentioned about Illumina, I found this Reuters news release, which added to my urgency. That's all for now, my friends. I will catch up with you tomorrow. Bye for now.